Hello, in this video, I will show you how to do a fitting with the Alina point shoe. Alina is the latest release from Dancer, a point shoe that incorporates several technological advances. First of all, let me introduce you, Alina. It comes in this elegant breathable fabric bag. In this bag, you'll find a pair of point shoes, a box with 3 pairs of shanks, one of each color, with different degrees of strength. You also have the elastics and microfiber to attach to the point shoe in case dancers want to increase the satin's durability. It's a point shoe that comes ready to use. So, now let's learn how to do the fitting. The first step is to get to know the dancer you are going to help with the fitting. A dancer can be a beginner purchasing her first point shoe, she can be an intermediate student or even a professional. This is important because Alina is a point shoe that can be used from a beginner to a professional. The second step of a fitting is to establish the size and width. Well, it may seem very easy to say, I know the size. However, a point shoe has to fit snugly, neither too loose nor too big. Let's see the best way for you to define the size. I'm here with the model dancer, Ana Clara, and she's going to help me with this process. Let's see here. The best way for you to define the correct size of the point shoe is as follows. The dancer does a demi-plie. Please, in first position, do a demi-plie. See, here is when the foot is at its longest position. In this position, this fabric here should not be too loose or too tight. If it looks like this, you have the correct size. You can go back to rest position. The best way to check the width is this one. The point shoe supports the foot by this lateral compression here. So, you take the dancer's foot and make a compression. By this compression, you will know how flexible her foot is. If the foot narrows a lot, you will need to use a narrower point shoe. If you make this compression and the foot doesn't change much, then you will use a wider width. Sometimes, it's thought the dancer supports her weight with her toes. On the floor, it's not quite like that. The point shoe supports the dancer's foot. By tightening on the sides, she can put weight on it and her toes are protected. What's ideal? That the dancer puts on the point shoe and her toes touch the bottom of the point shoe, neither compressing nor stopping before reaching the bottom. That's the ideal way to measure the width. Toe pads generate volume inside the point shoe, so it's important for you, the retailer, to offer several types of toe pads so the student can use them, ensuring there is no difference in width or size. The fourth step of a fitting is to define the shank. As you know, Alina is a point shoe that comes with 3 types of shanks. You put the shank afterwards, as follows. I can put a soft shank here and a hard shank there. In general, how do you define this? If the foot has a high arch, that is, she has a very accentuated instep. Go en point. See, the right foot arch is more accentuated than the left. So I can put a harder shank on the right and a softer shank on the left. There is no need for the dancer to have 2 different point shoes. We use, for a higher instep, harder shanks, for a lower instep, softer shanks. For a normal foot, it's the dancer's choice, and we can also switch. But, in this case, we can put a grey shank on the right foot, to support the foot arch, and I can put a softer one on the left foot, to help her develop further, adjusting to the dancer's foot. Interesting, isn't it? 3 pairs of shanks, each with a different degree of strength. The pink one is soft, the blue one is medium, and the gray one is hard. One for each situation and need for the dancer's foot. How do we use them? Let me show you. See what I'm going to do with the point shoe. I'm going to lower the heel part. Here will be exposed the shank housing for the shank. You're going to take the shank with the circle facing upwards, following the curvature, which is the pre-arch of the shoe in this direction. There you go, you've inserted the wanted shank in the point shoe. There is no need to change the point shoe anymore, it's enough to only change the shank. In addition to the interchangeable shanks, Alina offers another customization process, which is the following: a point shoe with a low vamp and a high vamp. What's this for? Well, certain dancers have short toes, so when they put on the point shoe, the foot sinks, and that's not good because it hinders the relevé. Other dancers have longer toes, therefore needing extra support. Let me show this to you. Observe, the left foot is wearing Alina 1, shorter vamp. The right foot is wearing Alina 2, longer vamp. Initially for long and short toes, but also for high and low arches. One detail you may have noticed throughout this video is the use of this wide elastic. This wide elastic does not come with the Alina in its packaging, however, so dancer has developed it precisely to help with fitting, because you should know that without the elastic and ribbon, the point shoe comes off when the dancer tries to roll up, and the elastic allows the dancer, during the fitting session, to ease demo point roll through and have a better fit. I'm going to ask the dancer to turn around and stand with her back to show the heel. Now she's going to do a relevé, and you'll see how this wide elastic is important. Go en point, please. Did you notice that the heel comes off when there's no ribbon and elastic? This wide elastic you can purchase separately and use in your fitting. It will greatly improve the dancer's experience. If you followed the steps up to here, you have probably done a good fitting. Now, to further improve this experience of doing a correct fitting, so dancer is promoting the use of fit kits, which are Alina point shoes exclusively for display, not for sale, which you will use with your customer to find the best size, the best width, and the best shank. Talk to your dancer sales representative.